Oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm crashing buckles. Oh my god. We gotta put the Antz movie meme to bed, right? It muted Ami recites the whole movie from memory. I mean, I can do that right now. Once there was an ant named Z. He starts off the movie, he's in therapy because he doesn't know his place in the world. He's been assigned as a worker ant, but what does that even mean? Is that something? Is that his calling? And why didn't he get to choose it? You know, why does he exist? So then it goes to the, you know, shows him doing his job, and they're making a giant ball and chain to a giant wrecking ball to, you know, build parts of the ant colony. So Z has a very important part in that wrecking ball, but he is like, you know, getting seasick or whatever, motion sick, and then I don't like a bug's life. And then he needs to like vomit, so he's like putting his hand in front of his mouth. He's like, "Ugh, ugh." And his friend Jennifer Lopez is like is like, "Don't do that, Zeno." And then he lets go, and then the wrecking ball drops to the ground, and it goes down, and it goes spinning around a giant pillar, and it crushes millions of ants. Well, I think they just get added to the wrecking ball. But anyway, then what happens? So Z is like feeling bad about that, you know, and he like, so he goes to the bar one night, and meanwhile the princess is feeling bad because she's like also, you know, questioning her life a little bit. She's like, why am I here? Like, was I really born just to become the queen ant so that I can give birth to millions of babies forever and ever? And so she's like, she wants to, you know, loosen up a little bit. She wants to have a little bit of fun. So she goes down to the ant bar. And then Z is also at the ant bar. I don't think he usually goes to the ant bar, but tonight he did. And he sees the beautiful princess ant who is masquerading as a mere peasant. And he's all like, whoa, that lady's beautiful. So he asks her to dance. And she's like, you know what? Why not? They were drinking aphid juice. Yeah, they were drinking like juice out of a bug's butt and getting drunk off of it. So anyway, so they start doing this dance together to this music that goes burr, 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 burr. Burr, 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 burr. Burr, 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 burr. Burr, 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 burr. And it's like coordinated, like dance moves, and it's like really boring. And Z is like, you know, he goes, and he's like, and there's one person leading the dance, and Z's like, you know what? Why don't we try and like change it up a little bit? And he goes up to the princess, and he's like, you want to dance? And she like steps on, or someone steps on his foot, and he goes, ouch. and then the princess is like, what the heck did you say? And then he goes, I mean, youch, like it's a freaking like pickup line. And she's like, okay, you said okay, youch. Oh, also he overhears someone at the bar. There's someone at the bar like talking about this place called Insectopia, and then everyone's like, this guy's crazy, don't listen to him. But Z's like, you know what, Insectopia, it could work. And then the princess comes, and then so yeah, she ouch. The race Wacopia, yeah, no, Insectopia. So he dances with her for a bit, and then she's gonna like run away real quick, right? Cause like she's not supposed to be there. So and it's like Z is like, I'll see you later. And she's like, see ya. Never. No, he's like, when am I gonna see you again? She's like, never. So then, the next day, how many times did you watch it? I put the tape in the VCR. I watched it. I rewound the tape. I watched it again. I rewound the tape. I watched it a third time. I rewound the tape. I watched it a fourth time. So, anyway, I was deprived. I was a true fan. Timestamp is called Ami Summarizes Dance. Okay, cool. I don't think I've done this before. Where was I? Oh yes, Z's friend. He has a friend who is what's that guy's name? Rocky Balboa Ant. talking to him, or he's talking to someone, and he somehow finds out that there's a royal inspection for the army tomorrow, and he's like, whoa, the army gets to meet the royalty, and because he finds out that she's a princess, right? So, So Z is like, I gotta meet the princess again. So I'm gonna, friend Sylvester Stallone, can I like pose as you and go in your place to the army's royal inspection? He's like, you can't do that. You're gonna get in trouble for, you know how much trouble you can get for impersonating a soldier? You can get in trouble for even thinking about, for even listening to someone talk about impersonating a soldier. And all the other ants all around them, they were listening. They're like, and they fall asleep immediately like they were never listening. So anyway, finally he agrees because Ant's like, listen, I mean Z is like, listen, haven't you ever wanted to just, you know, go a little crazy or whatever? He's like, do this for me, you know? So the next day, Z goes to in his friend's place. He goes to the royal inspection and he's like in the crowd trying to be like, Bala, over here, Bala. And then she like sees him, but I don't think she recognizes him. And her mom queen is like, wave to the people. So she waves back right at that second. And Z is like, yes, she saw me. So it turns out that the royal inspection is not like Oh, also, Sylvester Stallone took Z's place at Z's job. So now he's like hitting on like Jennifer Lopez aunt. And and also Z is like making friends with this guy next to him who's called Barbados, and Barbados is like a grizzled, you know, war guy, and he's like, we're going into battle today. So they're going into battle today to fight the termites, right? And Buddy didn't know this when he switched places with Z. They're going into battle to fight the termites. The termites are these like crazy enemies. They're like diabolical. They can spit acid. So it's a big problem. And they're very difficult to fight. So basically, everyone goes and fights the termites. Literally everyone dies except Z. Z like falls through the ground. He finds Barbados. Barbados has been beheaded. He's talking to Barbados, and and Barbados is like, buddy, I can't feel my legs. and then you see it. He's just like, you know, ahead, and it's horrifying. Anyway, the thing ends. Z gets hailed. They go home. Everyone but Z is dead. Z gets, you know, he gets like not lauded. He gets like celebrated as a war hero. And what happens? He gets to see, like, talk to the queen. And then Z is like, I know you. Or no, Bala's like, I know you. You're that guy from the bar. And the queen is like, the bar? You went to a bar? and then she's like, yeah, but you were just a worker ant then. so Z's little scheme is all coming to, you know, ahead. And he realizes this, so he's like, you know what? Everyone stand back. He grabs the princess. He takes the princess. And then they like run out. He like takes her outside. And then they send like a palace guard after them, but there's like a freaking magnifying glass. Some kid outside is playing like in the real world, you know, cause they're just ants. We gotta remember this. Some child is like playing with a magnifying glass and burning ants up for fun. They ride the wasp when they get to Insectopia. So spoiler alert, Insectopia is real. They were in the fake world because it's an isekai. No, I never did that. No. They're ants, yeah. I would never, you know, destroy wildlife for fun. It's not a metaphor, they're literal ants. But anyway, the magnifying glass doesn't get the princess and Z, but it does get the soldiers that were after them. And Z's like, but they run away from it, so then they're like far from the hive and they don't know where they are. So, yeah, the death laser from heaven. You should get a new farm. Yeah. They try and find their way back, and then Z is like, wait, that's the landmark that the guy at the bar mentioned when he was talking about Insectopia, and then he was like, I think it's real. And he's like, you can go back to the palace, but I'm going to Insectopia. And then Bala's like, all right. And then so they take a leaf boat across the river, and then they almost die a couple more times. I think they get stuck to the bottom of someone's shoe because there's like gum on the bottom of someone's shoe. And what else do they do? We're only a third through the I'm sorry. Anyway, they get to Insectopia, and because they go like flying off the shoe because the kid is like, ew, there's gum on my shoe. So he like takes the gum off and he like throws it. He like takes it on a penny, and then Z sees the penny and he's like, who is that? Talking about like Abe Lincoln or whatever. So the kid with the gum on his shoe takes the penny, he throws it, and they land where? Insectopia. So it turns out that but on the way to Insectopia, they found a place that they thought was Insectopia, but it was just the picnic, and they tried to eat the food at the picnic. But everything was covered in saran wrap. And they met a very lovely bee couple at the picnic. You know? And then the bee's wife dies somehow. And he's like, my Muffy. And she like dies from, it's like a fly swatter. And that happens before the whole gum part. But anyway. Oh my god. Anyway, they get flung off the shoe. They go to Insectopia, which is actually like a series of trash cans, but it's filled with like garbage and stuff. So like, obviously it's Insectopia. Insects love, you know, insects love eating garbage. So they eat the garbage. They they like there's like a group of flies, and one of the flies is like, this tastes like crap, and the other fly's like, it is crap. So anyway, while they're eating there, freaking Christopher Walken Ant comes because he works for like this scary army general guy. So Christopher Walken Ant comes and he's like I'm looking for this an ant and a princess. And they're like, we didn't see no princess, but they overhear it and they're like, shoot, so and so is looking for us, and they decide they have to go back for some reason. They have to go back to the colony, but I don't remember why. Why'd they go back? Ow. They overheard something. I gotta rewatch it. They overheard something that was like, we gotta go back because like Jennifer Lopez Ant and Sylvester Stallone are in trouble basically. And they're my friends. And the queen is like in trouble or whatever. It's not that long. So the guy who, he's like super drunk, the bee comes over and he's like, oh, my Muffy. And he's like super drunk off of I don't know what, but he's clearly drunk. So he offers to fly them back because, you know, he's like in misery, and like and like he made friends with them earlier, you know, because Muffy was okay. That was part of the plot too. Muffy, the girl bee, she was like, she always wanted to help the less fortunate. So the guy bee was like, you know, my Muffy would want me to help you get back to your colony. So what happens is they go back, they overhear the plan that the military is doing. They're intending to flood the West Tunnel on purpose because they know the lake is above the West Tunnel, right? Because they went across the lake to get to Insectopia. So they're like, we gotta move whatever. So they try and tell people, and like at first nobody believes them, right? Or no, Z starts trying to convince them, and they kind of start listening to him, and they're like, yeah. And then Jennifer Lopez Ant and like Sylvester Stallone are like, yeah, listen to this guy, he knows what he's talking about. Can we trust him? Don't you trust him? They're like, come on workers, come on, rise up, we gotta do something about this. And then the lead guy comes along and he's like, Z doesn't give a damn about you, or something like that. So no, I think the Z doesn't give a damn about you thing happens earlier, before they're there. But anyway, they're trying to stop the construction on the tunnels, but work is still going on, and one of the worker ants, they punch a hole with their pickaxe right to the lake. So the lake starts flooding the tunnel. So they all go to like this main area, and like and like Z and the princess, they get all the other ants together, working together. And And they make a huge, like, freaking tower up to the top of the ant colony because there's no other... Normally there would be a way out, but it's all flooded, right? So they make a huge tower up to the top, and the army general is like, okay, that doesn't happen yet. Okay, getting ahead of myself. So they send the queen up. They each start to go up and leave, and like they're helping other people up for to get out of the ant colony to save them from the flood, so they can make a new colony or whatever. And then freaking the general guy comes, and he starts. What does he do? Right, he already has dudes on the surface. He already has dudes at the top where they're all trying to get to, and he's talking about we're gonna do a better colony or whatever. And then the ants start getting up, and they're like, "You need to help us! Like the West Tunnel is flooding, the whole thing's flooding." And I think Cutter, who is the Christopher Walken ant, he is like, you know what? This is wrong what we're doing, actually. And he starts helping the other ants up. And then the general's like, what are you doing? The general's like, what are you doing? He's like, something I should have done a long time ago. So he starts helping the ants up, and he's even like going down and like flying ants out of there. So, but then the general starts to try and fight him, and he's like, for the good of the colony. This is the... And then Christopher Walken in says, this is the colony! They are the colony. And it's so inspiring. So anyway, they start fighting, and then the general ant gets punched into like back into the flood, and he dies. And then Cutter starts helping everyone else up, and they rebuild the colony. And Z marries the princess. The end. And I think J-Lo and Sylvester Stallone get together. Yeah! And then at the end, there's a song that plays by what's his name? Frank Sinatra. And it's like, just what makes that little ant think he'll move a rubber tree plant. Everyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high apple pie in the sky hopes. And that's the end of the movie. And it zooms out, and there's a whole like view. We get a view in New York City. There's like Insectopia. There's the colony. It's in Central Park. All of it happened anyway. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming. I had a lot of fun reciting the Antz movie to you guys. How do you know this movie so well? I put in the VCR and I watched it, and then I rewound it, and then I watched it, and I rewound it, and then I watched it.